Well, hello, my gardening friends. Welcome back to the channel. You might be aware we're experiencing some stormy weather at the moment, so I'm not at the plot, but I am very excited because this video is being brought to you by Budget Seeds. There will be hopefully some lovely information to show you who I'm talking about, and it's completely relevant because today we're talking all things seeds. I want to show you what I've got, what I'm planning for this year, and also how I plan them. And if you are someone who thinks, yeah, I'd like to grow, but I don't have the space, you do. I've got you covered. I've got some ideas for just growing a couple of things, even indoors. You can grow something, and I have some really easy ideas for beginners, or just if you want to try it, just give it a go. So stick with me, and I've got you covered too. When I'm talking seeds, I just want to show you, this is how I categorise mine. So I've got squash, greenhouse pack, all my leafy stuff. I know what it means. Salad mix, herbs, got late and root crops. That is all in one box. In another box, I've got my runner beans, all my peas and beans I keep in here. Lots and lots of home saved seed, but I do want to get a couple of things as well. And then my third tin, yes, I have three. This is all my flower seeds. I've got another couple of things I want to get for this too. So that's what I have. Now I'm going to show you how I keep track of all this, because it's actually pretty simple. So this is how I keep myself organised. I drew up sheets, as you can see, it's just got every month along the top and all the veg along the side, and I do it in sections. So like I've got legumes, squashes, salad, greenhouse, stuff like that, so I know which packet I'm finding them in. And it just tells me when I'm sowing them, first of all, and if I'm doing it indoors or outdoors, and when I plant them out, and when I can harvest them. It's really simple, and it just keeps me organised. I mean, if you have a lot of seeds, you have to have some sort of system, don't you? Otherwise, there's just no way to keep track. Now I drew this up. I'm going to put a link in the description if you want a copy, save you making your own. Unless you have a better idea, feel free to let me know. But I've used this system for years and it hasn't failed me yet. Now I did say that if you are someone who says you can't grow anything, you don't have the space, I've got you covered. And what I want to show you is just a range of veg that you can grow in a small space. If you've got a windowsill that gets a decent amount of sun, you can grow. So, and I want to start off with probably the one that most people think of, and that is lettuce seeds. I don't know if you can see that. See? This is what's it called? French salad leaves mix. The mixes are good because you get a whole lot of different flavours to try. And you're not expecting them to grow into full lettuce. You're picking them while they're still young. It can be grown even in a little pot like that. It doesn't have to be fancy. And I tell you what else is good. If you keep the trays that mushrooms come in, fantastic for growing stuff like that. The other thing like that I have, that's the leaves that are mixed. But I've got all year round lettuce, and the thing with that is you don't need to let it grow into a full lettuce. All you're going to be doing is picking the outer leaves off every so often. So again, if you have something like, actually, I was looking around thinking what could I show you? Even like an old ice cream tub, fantastic. Get your lettuce in. You're not going to put too many of them in because they will be bigger. You'll probably get away with putting in more of the mixed leaves if you're going to use something like that. But well worth a try. Another thing you can try if you think, I don't have a lot of space, there's no way I'm going to grow anything. If you take, say, the ice cream tub, try radish. Why not? They don't grow big anyway, so they don't need a lot of room, which means you don't need a lot of room. There's another salad you could grow. And something that people maybe don't think about growing for the small version very much, chard. Colours on this are amazing. The taste is amazing. And again, if you have your ice cream tub or the the mushroom box. I wish I had one. I keep looking to see, but I didn't bring one. They would grow brilliant, and you're just picking off the baby leaves. Now, you know in the supermarkets they sell baby veg at a premium. You can grow your own much, much cheaper, tastier too. As well as Swiss chard, that is. You can grow things like, see that? Kale. I don't know if that's backwards for you, but sorry if it is, but it's kale. People don't realise that the brassicas can be grown for just the mini version. I mean, kales are fantastic, really good for you, healthy, tasty, and can be grown in an ice cream tub on your windowsill. If you don't fancy any of that, don't know why you wouldn't, but just in case, I have something else. Something which can be grown just for the leaves. If I do the noise, peas, can you even see that? Yeah, peas. Peas don't have to be grown for pea pods. You can grow them just for the leaf. Fantastic in a salad. Tastes like peas. And there's another thing you can grow in a very small space. You could grow peas in a pot like this. If you have got a windowsill that gets a decent amount of sun, I'm not talking full-blown sun because peas wouldn't cope with that anyway, but just decent amount, that will grow you some salad if you want to try the pea tops. Now, another thing I have for you, I don't actually have the packet because I've been saving my own seed for years, and that is a type of tomato. Before you think I can't grow tomatoes, I don't have a greenhouse, these are actually a cherry tomato called Red Robin. Now, I'm giving the name of this because that's what I've been growing for years and years, but these will grow just as a nice little bush, not the big long ones that you've probably been thinking, I haven't got room for, I need a greenhouse. You won't need a greenhouse for these. They grow pretty much like a house plant for me, and you get a really good harvest of them. So if you're thinking, I'd like to grow tomatoes, try cherry tomatoes. These grow brilliantly for me, and I don't do very well with polytunnel tomatoes or greenhouse tomatoes, but I don't have a greenhouse. Now, if none of that takes your fancy, and I don't know why it wouldn't, what about some herbs? Basil, for example. Now, this is the sweet basil. That's the one you're probably really familiar with. You can get lots of different kinds of basil. I've got lemon basil here too somewhere, which was delicious. But again, kitchen windowsill. Every kitchen should have a pot of at least one herb. And when you buy it in the shop, you probably are aware, but they put so many into them. If you don't want to grow from seed, get one from the shop, separate it, just pot it up. You could have 4 plants out of what you get in the shop, if not more. They put them in these little pots and they cram them in. It's not going to survive like that. So if you don't want to do it yourself from seed, just separate the one from the supermarket and put it in a little pot. You can try other herbs. I just think basil is one of the easiest. You could try coriander, does pretty well. You could try that too. So experiment, see what herbs you like, and see, could I do it in a pot? Have fun with it. Now, one more thing that I want to bring to you, if you're not sure yet, microgreens, and these are actually broccoli. So these are broccoli seeds, which I'm not going to grow into broccoli. What I've been doing, putting them in one of these. This is just a sprouting jar. All the instructions come with your packet, but basically you put them in here, not all of them, just a little bit. Put some lukewarm water in, you're swirling it around and you strain it out, because if you see, the water will come out, but the seeds won't. And if you don't have that, just use a normal jar with a bit of cloth over it, like a muslin, whatever you have. Just put an elastic band around it and do your seeds that way. So there you have it. So if you're someone who's been thinking, I don't have the space to grow anything, I wish I had a garden, but I hope I've given you some ideas of the things that you can actually grow on your windowsill. If you are an experienced gardener and you can think of more things that we can let people know about, feel free to leave a comment. I think the more people find out that they can actually grow on a windowsill, the better, and we can all encourage each other to get growing indoors as well as outdoors. But for people who are hesitant or I've never done it before, I think the more information we can give, the better. So that just leaves me to say thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate your time, and a big thank you as well to Budget Seeds. Like I said, if you're in the UK and you need your seeds, head over, use the code, get 10% off, support them, and in turn you will be supporting me, which I would love. So thank you very much. I also hope you'll join me for my next video. I'm hoping to get up to the allotment very soon and check to see if there's any storm damage, so you don't want to miss that one. But until then, you take care of your wee self.